I love you. You're my guy. You are not a Daredevil fan. You finished the show like 2 weeks ago. So it doesn't surprise me that you love this show. We're about to review the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. We were lucky enough, thank you to Disney for inviting us out to the premiere in New York City. You got this whole experience. It was so cool. You did some kind of parkour stunt training that you'll talk about on the Patreon. Yeah. Obviously, you did a bunch of stuff. You got to do a Q&A with both Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox, Wilson Fisk and Matt Murdock. That's incredible. And then I got to go to the premiere. You bring me to the premiere. Thank you so much for doing that. So we have seen the first 2 episodes. We are going to give a 3-2-1 score for these first 2 episodes, but because it's just 2 episodes of the show and not a traditional review of the entire show, we are going to save most of our stuff. That's going to be on the Patreon.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it for a few minutes. We're going to give our thoughts, and we're going to set it up, what we think about the show, how they're doing it, and stuff like that. We'll give you a solid few minutes, but we're also going to probably do spoilers and a little bit more on the Patreon because it's just 2 episodes.
Correct.
And again, we say this often. We're all the way in New York. We're surrounded by people. Charlie Cox is there.
That affects your score. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I was going to talk about we haven't talked about this. We saw it on Monday. It is now Thursday. We're fantastic. Frankie, Alex Coleman, George, Duck Takes, they're all there, all talking about it. They're asking us our scores, and we keep telling everybody, if you want to hear my score, Alex is going to have to step away, or if you want to hear Alex's score, I'll have to step away. We will talk about it on the podcast.
Continues to be the toughest part of our job. is the unable to talk about.
So I have no idea what you think. I hope I do.
I generally have an idea of what you think.
Yeah.
Because you saw the first 2 episodes twice.
Yeah, I've seen both of them twice.
I've heard little things about what you think. And generally, let's be fucking for real about this before we go into our scores. Everybody loved this show. At the premiere, walking out. Now, yes, event pressure is a thing. And a lot of the people that were invited to this premiere probably like Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? But it was a standing ovation when it was over. People were freaking out. Everybody was congratulating the cast. I talked to George, Movies and Stuff 14. He said he went into it thinking he wasn't going to like it. He loved it. Alex Coleman loved it. He was like, we are so back. This is the best thing Marvel's done in years. Everybody that saw the show was like, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So generally, I think I know what you thought.
Yeah, we'll see. So we're going to give a score out of 10 for the first 2 episodes, and then no spoilers talk about it.
We're going to no spoiler talk about it.
Generally for a bit. Okay.
And then we're going to do spoilers immediately after, and that'll be on the Patreon.
All right.
Here are our scores for Daredevil Born Again.
Episode 1 and 2.
Episode 1 and 2. 3, 2, 1.
9 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah, no. Y'all are out of your fucking mind. Look, there's great stuff in it. This show is going to piss off so many people. And the hubris that I see people like all the people that we just talked about walking out of this show, none of y'all have seen the fucking show. I love you. You're my guy. You are not a Daredevil fan. You finished the show like 2 weeks ago. So It doesn't surprise me that you love this show. Everything that they're talking about, Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, this is a continuation of the show. This is a new show, point blank. The shit where they were like, oh, it's going to be a different show, and they recast Vanessa and everything, and then they overhauled everything, and they were like, don't worry about it. We're keeping the same tone and this and that. Bullshit. They lied to you. This is a different show.
That's not true, guys. That's not true.
It is. It is true.
That's not true.
And it's the reverse effect of Captain America Brave New World. You know how people walked out of Brave New World and our entire group hated it, and we were like, oh wow, people are going to hate this. And then it came out and people were like, why did people overhate this? This was actually kind of fun. It's the reverse. I think everybody that's walking out of this that's being like, Marvel is back, whatever.
I disagree. Everybody
was like, oh my gosh, this is a masterpiece and this and this and this and this. Saying all of the good things about it. They make heinous decisions in this show that you can never make. We just had Coy on the show, who is like you said, he advises people on what you should do in shows and movies and stuff because he's such a comics expert. He said the most heinous decision that the MCU did with the MCU shows was Hawkeye, Kingpin and Hawkeye, because he wears the Hawaiian shirt and he's like, that's not my Kingpin. This show does something that's 10 times worse than that.
Oh, well, obviously I disagree. And Coy advised the writers of the show and knows them and gave them comics to read and was actually kind of excited about some of the decisions they make. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to be true. I talked to Coy about it last night. But yeah, it's a 9 out of 10, guys. I think it was really great. After the first 10 minutes, when I first saw it, so I saw it on Saturday. I watched the first 2 episodes, and it was basically just me and Blake there, and then I watched him again on Monday at the premiere. Blake so in my opinion, Blake leans over to me and he just goes, Disney understood the assignment. I totally agree with that. I mean, obviously it looks a little bit different. It's not going to look exactly the same cinematography wise or whatever, but in terms of themes and how well they're handling the characters and it being a continuation of the original show, yeah, I think they don't miss a beat really too much.
That is such a crazy thing to say considering how they start the show. Like, to me, we can't get into too much without the spoilers.
I think you're making that,
sorry, continue.
I've said that obviously they make a decision that is going to piss a lot of people off. I think you're if that pisses you off, then sure. Yeah, they swing for the fences immediately. I think good for them. That's my decision. That's my opinion on it. It's going to piss a lot of people off, and it's interesting. Again, we don't want to go into spoilers yet, but I think you're letting that cloud how good the 2 episodes is. And again, we've only seen 2 episodes. There's 9?
Correct.
So the rest of the show could suck, or it could be just as good. But I think the first 2 episodes are like 2 of the best episodes of the show.
Oh my gosh. So that's just, in my opinion, these would be bad episodes in season 2. Like, these are 2 of the worst episodes of the show, period.
I couldn't disagree more.
No.
This is one of the most disappointing reviews I think you've ever done on the podcast for me.
I'll get into some positives, okay? A lot of the new stuff that they do is interesting. They have a new character. He's in the trailer, so I don't think it's crazy. But the White Tiger character, the stuff that they're doing with him specifically in episode 2 is great. Genuinely really good writing there. And I think that going forward, that's going to allow the show to be better than these abysmal first 2 episodes. That being said, I gave it a 6 out of 10. That's not an abysmal score. I gave Captain America Brave New World Walking Out of a 5 out of 10, and I had positives to say about that. There are many positives. There's some great action set pieces in this. I love that some of the writing in it. Obviously, we love these characters, so there's some stuff that I just really, really like. I like Matt being Matt in certain ways. You know, we know he's a lawyer. We know he's a hot guy, this to that. There's some great scenes like that. It's not all negative here, but yes, it is brought down by the fact that they make heinous decisions. And I know that you're thinking...
Decisions?
Yes, and this is something that I feel like nobody was talking about this. I walked out of the BD, Brandon Davis. I would say friend of the show, but we barely know him. I met him in Captain America Brave New World. But he's a nice guy. He makes great superhero content. He interviews the whole James Gunn slate that you just talked about with the news. He was the one that got that. He's the man. I was talking to him and I was like, we talked about the one heinous decision that you're thinking about. And then I talked about one that they make in episode 2. And he was like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. And I was like, and he was like, well, I hope that they fix it this way. And I was like, so we're already thinking about, there's a heinous decision that they make in episode 2 that in my opinion is worse than the thing that they do in episode 1. And I told Soups about it on the phone because Soups was like, tell me everything. I told Soups about it on the phone and Soups was like, no. And I feel like everybody is so concerned with what they do in episode 1 and how the action is and how the writing is and is it a continue, that they're not thinking about this scene. I was like getting back into the show after the decision that they make at the start of the first episode because I was like, fine, I got to get over that. It's a new show, whatever, because I could still enjoy the show for being a new show. And then they make that decision and it's like, you lied to us. You lied to us again and again and again. And this is why I told you that we can't really review this without going into spoilers because you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So you can't even debate me. And I'm sorry that you're disappointed in me. And again, I'm excited for the rest of the show. This is something I want to say. But I think the hubris of Marvel and you and a lot of the people that were at this premiere and a lot of the people that have seen this show to be like, everybody's going to love this show is wrong. We have friends.
I never said that.
We have friends that I know for a fact are going to hate this. They're going to hate this. And there's no way fans are about my dear friend Ian, who I was staying with while we were in New York, I told him about the decisions they made and because he was like, spoiler for me, because I was like, you're not going to like this show. And I spoiled it for him and he's like, I'm not watching the show because of the 2 of the decisions they make in these first 2 episodes that it's like me with The Last Jedi, where I think to myself, there's no way that anybody could dislike this. If I was like that about Last Jedi, I understand why people like you and many people hate Last Jedi, because I get that you wanted Luke to be a certain way and he's not that way. And the laundry list of things that I don't have a problem with Last Jedi that you have and other haters of Last Jedi have. That's how I feel about with this Daredevil show, where it's like some of the decisions they make in here are Luke in The Last Jedi. This is going to piss off so many people.